guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is dedicated to those who feel just a little bit overwhelmed and stressed. In the event that's you, I feel you. And I feel like YouTube has a plethora of videos on how to manage your stress, how to have the best day ever, how to have a productive morning routine, how to do everything in life perfect. But when it comes to videos on how to maintain your stress, reduce your anxiety, they give great advice, but not all of us have an hour to find our center, do some yoga, walk by the ocean, make a smoothie bowl, do whatever these videos say you should do to live the Zen life. My kittens are right now. You choose now to wrestle. Now, when I know it comes to stress and anxiety, it's not a contest of who has it the worst. But just to give you an idea of where I'm coming from, I'm gonna read you the schedule I had today. Today was a 15-hour day. During that time, I taught 6 classes, conducted 3 choir rehearsals, had lunch and recess duty, rehearsed the 4th grade musical for their Christmas show going up in 3 weeks, taught 3 after-school piano and voice lessons, spent an hour on email and administration work, and then meal prep for the rest of the week because I didn't have time to do it on Sunday. Now this alone left me with literally no voice. I haven't talked about the 4th grade musical very much, but this is majority of these kids' first time ever doing a musical, and it is required of them. They have to do it as like a class grade and participation. So a lot of these kids need a lot of instruction, motivation. They have to get a lot of information in a short period of time, and they're not used to doing that. So it does take a lot of energy, as well as my choir rehearsals. So you can bet when I come home, I sound like this. So on days like this, when stress and anxiety really hit, and let's be honest, I don't think they're going anywhere during the month of December, here are realistic ways that I handle both stress and anxiety naturally. Number 1 is to focus on what you can control. When I'm in my classroom and I'm packing up and I'm thinking of the 800 things I have to get ready for the next day, the next week, shows here, schedules there, to be very honest, I have a hard time even focusing on one activity because I have so much on my plate. Does that ever happen to anybody else? Like these waves of anxiety just come in and you find yourself starting 800 different tasks or activities but never finishing one because your brain is just all over the place? What I do is I immediately get out a piece of paper and I scribble out all the things I can in about 2 minutes. And then on that piece of paper, I look and I say, okay, from what's on this list, what can I control? What can I do right now? Seeing everything that's flowing through my mind all on one piece of paper, and to be honest, it's usually not super long. It just feels like it's a lot to do in my brain. And then seeing that list and noticing things I can control, it just helps me realize, hey, you know what? I can't control what this person's gonna do or this person's gonna do it or say. I can only focus on these tasks, and when the time comes, I'll put them in my planner and I will get them done. Number 2 goes along with that very list I talked about in number 1, and it is to literally get everything down on paper. Do not think you're gonna remember everything. I rely on my Google Calendar. I rely on my daily task list. I rely on my lessons outside of the school day calendar, and then my lesson planning calendar. Spoiler alert, you're gonna see this in a December plan with me. Now this might look extreme to some people, but if I did not have these places to just brain dump all the information I need, I would be a mess. I don't think I could juggle everything I do at school, in my own performing career, and shows, and teaching, and running a business. I couldn't do it all. I sound crazy just talking about it. But having a place to just brain dump everything, especially the calendar, knowing what I have to do every day here is a lifesaver. So take it from me, write everything down and place it out of sight when you are done for the day. Looking at your to-do list while you're trying to relax and watch TV or have dinner or talk to friends or do anything else, it's just gonna keep that like anxiety whispering in your ear and asking why you're even spending time for yourself or having self-care or anything else when you have all those things you should be doing. Number 3 on my list is to get moving. Now, even if you are not a fitness junkie, just getting up from your space or your office or wherever you are, anything from just a walk or a full workout or a yoga video, whatever it is, get yourself up out of your workspace and moving. It feels like a tedious task when you initially think about it, but then about 2 to 3 minutes in, It feels pretty nice, and then when you're done, you've had maybe a half hour of walking, or you went to a class with your friends, or you did a pop sugar workout on YouTube. That's my gym right now. It just feels good. It kind of lets you refresh and recharge and go back in and finish whatever you were working on. Number 5 is to use timers to stay focused. Now, I mentioned in number 1, when I get really stressed, I have a hard time focusing on one activity. That ADD seems to go away the second that I ask, she didn't hear me. When I ask her to set me a timer for 10, 15, 20 minutes and I focus on that task, I don't know what it is, but knowing that I have a timer that's going to ding, and the second it dings, I'm moving on to the next task, it just helps keep me focused. I do that a lot, particularly when I'm lesson planning, to make sure that I only sit here and lesson plan for so long. I will come back if I'm not done, but I have to get up, stretch, take a break, get some water. And off the lesson plan topic, it really helps when I am just cleaning my house, meal prepping. I will set a timer for laundry. I'll set a timer for dishes and for vacuuming and for garbage. That way I know, hey, I have to get all these things done. I'm gonna allot this time during this hour to get it done. A timer, a podcast, productivity. Number 6 is to schedule self-care and downtime and protect that time. I cannot tell you how many times I have said, okay, I am not going out on Friday. I'm gonna stay in, wash my hair, put on a face mask, drink a bajillion cups of water, watch Gilmore Girls, and just be on my couch. And then phone calls happen, plans come up, opportunities come, and I haven't protected that time. Treat your downtime with the same priority as you would your largest client, your biggest day at work, a huge opportunity, because it is that downtime that lets you rest and recharge, that keeps your head on straight, that keeps you feeling good, that keeps you from feeling stressed and anxious because you had already set the time aside to get things done. Number 7 is to keep planners, to-do lists, and anything that causes you stress out of your bedroom. Everything you see on this table, I do not let in my bedroom. If I had this on my nightstand, I would think, oh yeah, what am I doing that day? How many copies do I need? How long is that rehearsal? This stays either down here or in my school office. Keeping all of these away from where I have to recharge and not think and not stress about stuff really helps me focus on falling asleep naturally, not staying up all night wondering what I have to do the next day. Plan it, close it, put it away. Number 8 is to turn off my phone. Now, I know everybody loves their phones. Some people do use it to de-stress, look at pretty pictures on Pinterest, text their friends, catch up with people. But if I'm going in to get some sleep or just clear my mind, my phone is going away, especially because my school and work emails are still attached to my cell phone, and I don't need to see that when I'm getting ready for bed. Number 9 is my most recent habit, and it is to wake up early solely for downtime. This summer, when I was just working for YouTube and teaching online, I would get up early because I had to get things done for my paycheck. Now that I'm a teacher, I wake up early for the downtime, because if I don't get up an hour before I have to leave, I won't have that hour to just sit and drink coffee and be in silence, where there are not 500 children yelling at me or playing an instrument for the first time or just being loud in the hallways. I can have a little bit of peace before the chaos. So if you at all can, wake up early, not to hit the ground running sometimes, just for the downtime. And my last tip is to just remind yourself that all you can do is your best. That is the hardest thing for me to realize currently, because as I said, I want everything to be perfect my first year in the classroom, but I know it's not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna mess some things up. I'm gonna do things wrong. But at the end of the day, if I stress about all that, I'm gonna do a whole lot more wrong. So remind yourself, all you can do is your best. Having a Pinterest board of little motivational quotes does help. Every once in a while, I just slide through there and I read some inspiration. It just makes me feel a little bit better. Anyway, those are my top 10 tips to naturally control stress and anxiety. If you have anything to add to this list or something that has worked for you, please leave it down below in the description box. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have not already done so, click the subscribe button to be updated for each and every future video. Until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye.